Our group compare cash flow of Johnson & Johnson and Bristol-Myers Squibb. Johnson & Johnson is a well-known name for many people here, like Tylenol and brand A adhesive bandages. Johnson & Johnson ranks as the largest and most diversified healthcare company in the world. Today, J&J offers an impressive list of blockbuster prescription drugs, professional products, and a broad list line of health-related consumer products. Foreign business accounted for 50% of sales and 43% of profits in 1996. Sales and earnings in 1996 were divided in pharmaceuticals, professional, and consumer products. As of 1996, Johnson & Johnson has 89,300 employees, 138,500 stockholders, and more than 170 operation companies in 50 countries around the world, selling products in more than 175 countries. The pharmaceutical segment represents over 50% of operation profit for all segments. The pharmaceutical segment's principal worldwide franchisees are in the allergy, antibacterial, antifungal, biotech, central nervous system, contraceptive, gastrointestinal, and immunobiology fields. Pharmaceutical segment sales in 1996 were $7.19 billion, an increase of 14.6% over 1995. Bristol-Myers Squibb is one of the world's largest pharmaceutical concerns, with important drugs in key cardiovascular, anti-infective, anti-cancer, and other areas. It also has interest in infant nutritionals, non-prescription medications, medical devices, and toiletries. Foreign business accounted for 43% of sales and 37% of profits in 1996. Sales and earnings in 1996 were divided in pharmaceutical products, non-prescription health products, medical devices, and toiletries and beauty aids. As of 1996, Bristol-Myers Squibb Company has 51,200 employees and 133,640 shareholders. The pharmaceutical products segment, which is the company's largest segment at 58% of total company sales, increased 11% to $8.702 billion in 1996. Pharmaceutical products include prescription medicals, mainly cardiovascular, anti-cancer, and anti-infective drugs, which comprise about 30%, 25%, and 20% respectively. In 1996 of the segment's sales, central nervous system drugs and other pharmaceutical products. From the cash flow statement, we have a question, which is that, is cash from operations sufficient for paying continuing use of cash? If no, what are the sources of cash? Will the firm be able to rely on this source in the future periods? Johnson & Johnson's cash from operations is sufficient. However, if it wasn't, total unused credit available to the company is approximately $3.3 billion. Bristol-Myers Squibb cash from operations are insufficient. Bristol-Myers Squibb advanced in its annual report that it includes time deposits and marketable securities when considering its principal measures of liquidity, which when combined are adequate to cover continuing use of cash. Cash provided from operations continue to be the primary source of funding for research and development, capital spending, and dividend payouts. A bank loan officer wants to ensure that if money was lent to either company, they will be able to service the debt without comprising continuous use of cash. Analysis indicates that Johnson & Johnson outperforms Bristol Myers in this category. We can see that Johnson & Johnson has surplus of cash while Bristol Myers is negative.